So I got a buddy of mine who's a lawyer who prosecutes identity theft, which a lot of lawyers don't want to do because it's unbelievably tedious. And when they call up, a lot of times they're calling up the credit card companies to fight for their case. They still have to go through that maze. If you'd like to do this, press 1. If you'd like to do that, press 2. And they're trying to help them out. So, but that was one thing that I remembered out of all the things he told me not to do. He goes, don't ever use your debit card because if they get that and they clean you out, that's your fucking money. And then all of a sudden you got a mortgage coming up and then you're late and you're like, no, but somebody took my money and blah, 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 blah. It's your credit card. They have to deal with it.
I had an attempt recently, and I'm thinking, I'm wondering whether or not it's because I switched over to Windows. Because, I have this Windows computer now. I get pissed off at Mac. People got mad at us clearing our throat, and I just cleared my throat again. I switched over to this Windows computer because I get mad. These Macs, they switched over all the ports, and now you have this USB-C, and you have to get an adapter if you want to use all your other shit to it.
I know. I got Rosetta Stone French, right? I can't. There's no place to stick the fucking.
Yeah, you have to get an adapter. So I was like, what the fuck?
How about the iPhone 7 with the little fucking umbilical cord?
The lightning thing. Yeah. Well, you can get a splitter with that where it goes with you can use a regular headphone jack.
But it's all extra money.
Yeah.
It's all extra money, and then you fucking lose them.
I think the idea is that eventually there's going to be some peripherals that are more powerful and they don't work on the existing ports. But, like I got this Lenovo ThinkPad, and I love it. And this is the second one that I got because it's got everything. It's got an Ethernet port. It's got HDMI. It's got all this shit. It's tiny. The battery life is fucking forever. It's got this fat battery in the bottom. But for the first time in a long time, somebody tried to steal my identity. And I'm like, geez, I wonder if it has to do with that. I wonder if it's a Windows thing. Does that make sense? Not really?
I don't know.
Could be something else. I don't know. But it's sneaky.
Yeah.
But at least when I have a business management company, they contact me. They put the stop to it right away.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's disconcerting that your shit's out there. That someone's trying to find your social security number and attach it to your credit card and buy something. Yeah.
Yep.
I've had it happen at gas stations where they put that fake scanner on. They put a fake scanner over the scanner, so as you scan through, and you even are using it. Like you're using your credit card, you're buying gas, but you gave them your credit card information.
Yeah, I've 2 times credit cards. That's happened to me at gas station. Restaurants are another big double swipe thing.
Yeah, restaurants. Well, that's people that work there, scumbags.
Yeah. You got to go. You got to go cash as much as you can.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
This never happened. You don't know me.
I know a guy, he's dead now, but he was one of the first credit card thieves. His name was International Sal. That's what we used to call him because when he got arrested, that was what his nickname was International Sal. Because this is in like the 70s or the 80s when credit cards first came out. He would get those carbon slips from restaurants, and they would make up new credit cards and then sell them to criminals. And he would just get bags and bags of cash from it. And this guy was gambling. He would go to the pool hall that I went to, and he was like the most perpetual loser you've ever seen in your life. Like he could not win. It was a psychological.
It sounds like an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah,
this guy's life.
Well, in a way, it probably should be. I mean, he was a trip.
So how did he end up dying?
Cancer, bad colon cancer. It was real bad. And a buddy of mine's wife.
That's where Hollywood would switch up the script. That's just too common.
Go off a bridge like Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. That's what happened to me the other night when I was on stage. And I was joking about men going to the moon, and somebody yelled out, "Go see Hidden Figures." And I was like, yeah, because that's a history book. Like, I just love how people, I'm not saying obviously those women existed, but like, then now they're going to do the overcorrection where it was like, these 3 women.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like every time you see a picture of like NASA, you'll see like 1,000, like 100 worker bees. Nobody knows their fucking names. It's like, we got there because of all of those people. But it's just like, it's like when a team wins a championship. Like if the Patriots win, it's going to be all about Tom Brady. No one's going to know the fucking offensive line's name. And if the Falcons win, it's going to be about I don't know, Julio Jones or Matt Ryan. You know these guys.
Yeah, you would know this. Tom Brady's got some wacky diet. There was some article about Tom Brady's diet being bullshit. Do you know about Tom Brady's diet? He's got some crazy diet.
No, I don't get into people's personal lives. Like
he talks about it.
I watch the game. No, but I don't. I wouldn't. If they
You don't pay
if they
attention?
had like Tom Brady talks about his beans and fucking rice.
You
like,
don't give a fuck?
No, I just want to watch the game. I don't watch pre-game. I don't watch post-game. I don't need you to break it down for me. I watched it. I like. There's certain people that if they were to break it down, it's the same thing with like what you do. There's certain things like the reason why I like your commentating was I learned about like the leg kicks and all. Like you always hammer that home, how much that just chops the other guy down. Aside from the fact is, I've been kicked in the shin. Everybody has. And I've gotten a Charlie horse, and I just don't understand like that one that Conor McGregor had against what's his face there, Ortiz. Not Ortiz. I'm the worst with the names. He fought him the second time. The
Diaz?
guy,
Nate Diaz?
Diaz. When just watching him repeatedly kick him in the leg, and then in the end, McGregor leaves on crutches. It's just like
broke his foot.
Yeah, like how much is your adrenaline going?
Going like crazy. You don't feel a thing.
Yeah, that you can just keep kicking somebody in their leg, hitting their bone with the top bone of your whatever was it, your metatarsals, whatever the hell it is. And just keep doing it. I could just picture myself kicking the guy once, going just grabbing it and hopping up and down like the guy on Family Guy.
Yeah, most of the time you don't feel it while it's happening. I broke my shin, I broke my foot, I broke both feet. You kick elbows. Elbows are a way that a lot of times guys break it. Because guys will cover up and your foot, like your instep, will slam into the elbow. Ugh. Your instep always loses. Always. Shins.
Now when the
shins can win
adrenaline wears
sometimes.
off and you realize you've broken your instep, kicking someone as hard as you can in their elbow, what is that pain like?
It's agony. Just throbbing. Your foot swells up to like the size of your thigh. It just becomes this big balloon of black and blue, and it's disgusting.
It's funny. After watching my wife, going through labor and everything, I said the only men that could actually relate would be people who do that for a fucking living. Like
people who fight, they couldn't even relate.
It's worse than that.
Yeah, it's genitals. It's genitals. It's coming out of your vagina. It's crazy.
No, I got a whole new level of respect for my wife. I was just like,
oh yeah.
She told me the funniest fucking thing when she went into like pre-labor, and I was just going, telling her to breathe, and I was running to get the stuff. I was pretty prepared, and there was some code or something like that. I was like, Nia, where did you leave the blah 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 blah? She goes, when you said that to me, she goes, I was almost ready to black out with the pain, and she goes, I had this thought, if he asked me one more time where that code is, I'm going to push this baby out and fucking throw it at him. Dude, my wife is hilarious.
She's funny on your podcast, too.
No,
she's very funny.
She's funnier than a lot of comedians I know. She's fucking hilarious. And but she has this, what I love about her, she's got this spirit, man. She's just really, like, when I met her, man, like, I never met anybody, like, there's very few people I've met in my life that have, like, an energy where you're just like, wow. Like, I want to be around that. Like, she just had this amazing, like, really, like, she just throws herself into shit. And I was really kind of, I was more like guarded and all of that. So it was sort of the perfect kind of balance. But every time I think I've seen the end of that energy, like, she does something else. So, it was pretty amazing. So
that's a great relationship. Then you're both growing. She's growing and you're growing.
Oh yeah, no, dude, she's hit me with some fucking classic lines. And one time I was calling her out on some shit she was doing, and I just took it like a little too far. I should have stopped like probably 5 minutes earlier, and I was still going. I go, you fucking blah 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 blah, and you do this, that, and I was in the car, and right as I stopped, she goes, yeah, well, you're no pony ride either, my friend. And we both just bursted out laughing, and that was just like the end of the fight. So she has that ability, where in the past, I would date people, either they were like too nice, so they couldn't handle how fucked up I was, or the worst, they were just as fucked up as I was, and it was totally toxic. So she's just sort of like grounded.
Yeah,
and,
that's so important when you're dating somebody or married to somebody or whatever. They have to compliment you, and you have to compliment them in some sort of a way. You can't be exactly the same, and who you are is different when you're with different people. You know, if you're with a person like that who can crack a joke in the middle of the heat of everything, you become a different person. They become a different person.
Yeah.
But if she's with somebody who doesn't appreciate that, I mean, it's just like you become, like, you're not just an individual. You're an individual who relates to other people, and you become someone different when you relate to those people.
Yeah. It took me forever to realize that.
Yeah, there's people that
the
are
way
bad
I
for you.
processed it was, how come I can't break up with this person? That's how I figured out I was in love.
Well, that's a good one too, though.
Yeah, no, every time I pictured breaking up with her, I kept picturing her walking away and then me going like, no, get back. Then after denying that was love for a good fucking 8 years, I was just like, yeah, I guess I have found the one.